Hey, welcome to the Publish, Promote, Profit podcast with me, Rob Kosberg. Every week, I interview thought leaders and experts who have used a book to grow their income and their impact. So tune in weekly for these interviews so you can learn how to use your own best-selling book and go from hunting for clients and opportunities to instead being the hunted. Hey, welcome everybody. Rob Kosberg here. Another episode for you of the Publish, Promote, Profit podcast. I'm super excited to have a great guest here who's written a number of best-selling books, but is also doing some really cool things in AI and in software, and that's Brandon Bornancin. Brandon is a serial salesperson. I like that. I've always heard serial entrepreneur, right? Serial salesperson may be more honest, generating over 100 million in sales deals, selling for IBM and Google, two-time seven-figure entrepreneur, expert sales speaker, sales trainer, sales author. You see his books there if you're watching this on video. If not, his books are bestsellers, Seven-Figure Social Selling, Whatever It Takes, and Sales Secrets. The last two books just came out just a couple of months apart and are doing fantastic. Seamless AI is his company. I think the primary baby, if you will, with over 35,000 companies using it, which is amazing. I love your website. I love the integration that you have. So Brandon, thanks so much for being on the podcast, my man.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Huge fan of Publish, Promote, and Profit, and grateful to be here to share my journey to help the audience, everyone tuning in, to maximize your success. So thank you.
It sounds like we were obviously talking a little bit beforehand. It sounds like it has been a journey. How did a serial salesperson become the seamless AI guy, if you will? You know, you went from selling to a SaaS. What was that journey like?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think everything I've done out of necessity for something that I want or need. And when I was selling for IBM and Google, I found it extremely difficult, time-consuming, and expensive to find the cell phones and emails of the people that I needed to sell to. I would spend 5 to 6 hours a day building lists, and then I'd have to get those lists into my CRM, and then I'd have to go scour millions of websites looking for emails and phone numbers, and it was a nightmare. Like, as a salesperson, you want to be able to just have everyone they need to sell to and then go pitch and acquire new customers. So after doing the same repetitive, manual, endless list building, CRM data entry work over and over and over again, day in and day out, I'm like, there's got to be a better way. And I worked with a lot of really smart engineers selling for Google, selling for IBM. I'm like, hey, why can't we just build a search engine like Google that finds every single person in the world they need to sell to, that matches your title, company criteria? And then my friends built a lot of the technology for IBM Watson. And I used to sell the AI technology in IBM Watson. I'm like, hey, why can't we use artificial intelligence to research, validate, and verify cell phones and emails for everyone in the world? And then it took us years to build, but we combined both technologies and then launched Seamless. And it went from zero to multiple 8 figures in sales insanely fast. And it was a lot of hard work and dedication and failure. We almost died and went bankrupt year over year while we were trying to build a platform. And we really launched it to help us sell. And then we became millionaires and sold over $100 million in sales using the product. And my friends and I are always all in on, if we could help a lot of people get what they want, we could get what we want. Yep. So we recognized our massive success with the software. And we're like, I'm a guy from Cleveland, Ohio, who came from a poor family, who always, was called by teachers that you'll never make it. You're too ADD. You're not smart enough. You're not gifted enough. You're not fast enough. You name it. So I just realized if I could do it, the world could do it if they're given the technology, and then went all in, quit our jobs, and Seamless now we've got about 230 employees, and we service over 200,000 people.
Dude, congratulations. What a cool story. I love several things you said, but 2 things stand out to me. Number one, wherever you come from is never your cap. It's never where you have to stay. You said you from a poor background, Cleveland, Ohio, And there were probably a lot of detractors, it sounds like, in your life. And yet, of course, you've built a multi-million-dollar business and have helped tens of thousands of people. And that's the other thing that I really loved is, I think the best ideas come out of necessity, right? When you see a problem that you have that there isn't a solution for, if you can create a solution for that, oh my gosh, man, it's like the sky's the limit, right?
Yeah, 100%. And that's what it's all about. Looking at everything in your life, good or bad, as a gift versus a problem. Like when I was fundraising for Seamless, I pitched 347 venture capitalists, and they all told me 90% of them, 297 of them out of the 347 told me my idea was stupid. The market I was in was stupid. My team was stupid. The location that I was in was stupid. Having remote employees was stupid. You name it. And now, looking back, we were the number one return for all of our investors and VCs. They actually bet on us, and we're doing millions a month in sales. We're acquiring hundreds of customers a day, and we've got a company worth over hundreds of millions of dollars. So it just goes to show you, like, I could have quit there listening to those people and given up, or you could just not listen, try to learn, and then improve and improve and improve. And I think that's what the most successful people do, is just never give up.
Yeah. Something's a little confusing to me. You mentioned some, famous investors that you have in your business, which is mind-blowing. I don't want to mention it if those things are not to be mentioned. You can if you like. But, like the founders of Google.
So, we've got a lot of like really incredible investors. We've got a gentleman from actually Cleveland who runs a $600, $800 million PE fund. He got in early. Sergey Brin and his wife, Shannon, they invested, the founders of Google.
Wow.
Guy Kawasaki, if you've ever heard of Guy Kawasaki, The Art of the Start, his venture fund, he invested in Seamless. The founder, Don Katz of Amazon Audible, actually. So Amazon invested with Seamless out of the Newark Venture Partners Fund. Yeah. And I actually had an interview with his team, which is wild. Don Katz, the founder of Audible, actually loves sales lists, which is crazy. His background, he's a writer, and then, built Audible, and then it sold to Amazon for a crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of amazing group of VCs and angel investors, but it took me 2.5, 3 years to acquire those investors. Right. Like the majority of my career, no one would bet on, like when you're just starting out, no one bets on you.
Right.
And you just got to not give up.
Now, it's interesting, most of that, it seems like, if I'm following the timeline, that probably happened in 2016, 17, 18, leading up to the launch of Seamless. You wrote your 100%. Books after all of that, and not long after, right? But so it's interesting to me, what motivated you to write books when you're, kind of eyebrows deep in alligators, getting investors, building this, multi-million-dollar Seamless AI company? What motivated you to write these books? And you told me you even have more that you haven't published at this point. So what was the motivation behind that?
The success that I got from Seamless made me further realize if I share something that could dramatically change someone's life for the better, then it's worth doing.
Right.
And I believe if it's worth doing, then you should do it daily as well. So I noticed, hey, we built this massive company that's generating billions of dollars in sales for all of our customers and users. And then throughout my sales career at Seamless and before Seamless, selling over $100 million in deals, I just had so many scripts, so many strategies, so many secrets that changed my company, that changed my customers' lives for the better. And I'm like, I need to share, if I die and all this knowledge is in the grave and I could have impacted so many people's lives, then I'm doing a disservice to me. My mission, why I'm here on this earth, is to just help the world connect opportunity.
Yeah.
I always wanted to write a book, but never thought I was smart enough. I barely know how to write. And, it was just all about, I want to document and share what I learn.
Yeah.
Because if one person can benefit from it, it will be worth it. That's always been like my foundation for everything. Yeah. Anything you do, like when I do a social media post, this podcast, a video, we're producing 10, 20 videos on YouTube a day. It's like the reason why we do that is because if one person sees it and it changes their life for the better, then we're doing the right thing.
Right. Love that. You know, you're pretty self-deprecating, and I'm kind of that way as well. And usually confident people are, right? I mean, because it's like, yeah, you know, people say that I'm stupid or I wasn't smart enough, but I always knew that I was. And so I sense that there's some of that that you feel probably the exact same way because, you know, you didn't get to where you are, you know, by not being a high achiever probably for a long time in your life. But you must have been around some people that, you know, were great mentors to you. A lot of what you're doing with the writing of your books and with the tools that you're creating are kind of mentorship based. They're things that you've learned that you want to pass on to others. Some big mentors to you and lessons that you learned. What were some of the things that you've carried with you to take you to the place that you're in now?
Yeah, great question. So throughout my sales career, because I didn't really know B2B sales, and I was an entrepreneur before I got into sales and had a lucky startup in college that did 12 million. And then I launched a second company as a junior senior in college, and that lost 4 million and everything I owned. And so I was kind of forced to become a salesperson after my two companies failed. And I viewed it as I'm going to go into sales because it's like entrepreneurship, but without all the risk and the money required up front.
Okay.
And when I got started in sales, I didn't know how to sell. You don't know how to do B2B sales. Like no one teaches you that stuff. So over the course of the next 10 years out of college, I bought 250 sales books. It took me a decade to read all these sales books. So I consider every single sales author out there one of my mentors. And even outside of the sales authors, like people that are posting sales content, like everyone on LinkedIn could be considered almost a mentor to you.
Sure.
And that's why I wrote my number one bestseller, Sales Secrets, where I interview 150. So I then finally was like, hey, I need to get a book. I need to write a book that takes all the experts and their secrets into one book so that people don't need to waste a decade buying all these books and trying to find the secrets. We just have the one book that has all of their secrets so that they can benefit from them. And people like Jill Konrath, big famous B2B sales author, Aaron Ross, Predictable Revenue, Grant Cardone, Keith Rosen, Stu Heineke, Art Skobjak, like Jeb Blunt. These are all Anthony Iannarino, Mark Hunter. These are all people that have been in the book. David Walter, Heather Monahan, Ryan Serhan. You know, I even interviewed Jordan Belfort from The Wolf of Wall Street. Like, I've just had the pleasure of meeting, coaching, interviewing all of these sales experts to share their knowledge with the world.
Right.
And they helped kind of shape me along the way to unlock all the secrets. And now you could get them all in Sales Secrets on Amazon, number one bestseller. So go pick it up.
Love it. Well, we'll give some links where everybody can go to get the books because they've obviously done really, really well. And you have a lot to teach people. So that'll be, I think, a necessity at some point. We'll do that towards the end. But so tell me a little bit about Seamless AI. Let's, I was looking on the site, almost overwhelmed with all the stuff that it does because it's really just robust. Who is it primarily for, and what like deep problem, big problem does it solve? You alluded to it a little bit in the beginning, but let's like go down to the minutia. Who's the person that it really like meets their need the most?
Yeah, great question. So Seamless.ai, Seamless delivers the world's best sales leads. It helps B2B salespeople, marketers, and entrepreneurs find emails and cell phones for every single person in the world that you need to sell to. So you could build a list of anyone that you need to market or sell to in seconds of thousands of people. And we use artificial intelligence and our own search engine that we built where you can type in any title, any company, any industry, any revenue side, and in real time, we'll find every single person in the world that matches that title and company criteria. And then we use AI and our 10-step AI engine to research, validate, and verify in real time their perfect email, cell phones, and insights. And then all of that data will automatically get imported into your favorite CRM and it auto connects right away. And that way you could instantly figure out who's your total addressable market, how to connect with that total addressable market. And then you could sell, market, and acquire those customers in your total addressable market in seconds.
Incredible. So
and it's free. The best part is it's free. So anyone can join. You just go to Seamless.ai, join for free. And then we've got special packages to get unlimited sales leads and things like that you can upgrade to.
That's awesome. So that was my next question. So I imagine there's two different types of, potentially, there's many different types, but I'm thinking of two kind of roles. I think of a company like myself where, we build our list. We use my books and various books in conjunction with online funnels, and, people opt in, they buy the book, tens of thousands of sales through these free plus shipping funnels. And then we market to them. We ultimately are selling a high ticket service, right? Our book writing, publishing, book launch, all of that stuff, media and PR. And so we know that only a fraction of the people that spend $10 on the book are going to become our high ticket clients. But we're not doing individual outreach like, perhaps like you did when you were selling for Google or IBM. Now, maybe that's not how you did it, but that's kind of how I envision it. And then on the other hand, there are individuals, right, that are looking for just 10 great sales leads in a week, right? They want to have 10 like perfect people to talk to about their $1 million program or $500,000 service or whatever, right? Is that fairly accurate then? So will it do both? Will it build a really, really big list for people like myself that are looking for big lists to be built, more for email marketing, as well as, the real niche down, I just need 10 of the perfect people to talk to this week?
Yeah, I think you could go super broad and wide, or you could go, niche. And I call it the riches are in the niches. For you, like, who would be your ideal customer?
My clients are coaches, consultants, speakers, people in the expert space are my kind of ideal customer.
So, yeah, and I would even also think about like the C-suite at these companies.
Very true.
They all need books.
Very true.
You've got the speakers, the experts, the consultants, the coaches, the C-suite.
Yes.
So I would build a list, these different niches. Speakers. I'm going to build a list of all the speakers, anyone that speaks on stage. Boom. Hey, you should have a book. I'm going to hit
So you can do that on seamless.ai. You can build a list of speakers.
You could literally type in the keyword speaker, speaking, podcast, author, coach, whatever. Boom. Nice. Everyone that you need to sell to.
All right, keep going. I want to hear the rest of this. I'm recording all this. So this is, I know it's for a podcast for everybody, but I'm getting a lot out of it.
Yeah. So then I would go like, I think every CEO should have a book, right? Yeah. So I would reach out to every CEO and say, hey, are you interested in, building your tribe, coaching your audience, and creating a way to acquire customers insanely fast, very cost effectively? Well, you need a book. You need to share your message with the world. And then you could build a list of all the C-suite at all these big companies in seconds. And then I go after anyone that's in the coaching. You could build a list there. Consultants, you build a list there. And also what's great is it works on anywhere you browse. So we've got our search engine, but if you're on any website, let's just say you're on, Ryan Serhant's one of my friends from $1 Million Listing, and he just came out with his new book. Like the way that I got Ryan Serhant in the book was I went to his website, I hit the Seamless button. It showed up Ryan Serhant right on the website, and Seamless gave me his contact info. So I literally cold emailed Ryan Serhant, hey, I want to interview you for Sales Secrets. Super impressed with your background. It'd be amazing to feature you as a chapter in the book. Boom. They respond. Let's do it. Done. So like you could easily, and then it also works on top of LinkedIn or in your email. So Seamless works wherever you work. It's seamless, and you get cell phones, emails, insights to anyone. And then I would have that piped into any, like whatever. Are you using HubSpot, or what CRM are you using?
We use ActiveCampaign, but that's for all of our opt-in stuff. So we have other servers that we can use to more cold
use like
email.
A sales workflow automation platform, like an Outreach, Salesloft, where you name it, for the cold outreach stuff. And then that way you're bringing people in. Then you've got all of your funnels that you're marketing to, and you're winning. That's how I booked all these people. 150 plus sales experts. I used Seamless. I cold prospected them, and now they're in the book.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's a great use case for Seamless. I imagine anybody that has a podcast, great way to book guests, right? Anybody that does some type of interview show, like a YouTube channel, great way to book guests there. And then obviously—
you could use it to reach out to publishers. You could use it to reach out to PR. Yeah. You could use it to reach out to— you need someone to give you a forward, a testimonial. I forget what they call those. The little things on the back and the front cover of the books. But the accolades and whatnot, you get it.
That's beautiful. Yeah, love it. Great use case for it. I am absolutely going to close out this podcast and then go check it out. I love stuff like that. I'm a marketing guy at heart. I obviously love my books, and we've done over 1,000 books for clients. But ultimately, our clients want to use their books to grow their businesses. And so that's always my focus for my clients is what kind of tools can I learn myself and then pass on to my clients that they can then use. And so it sounds like it's an amazing tool for authors in all the ways that you just mentioned. So beautiful, beautiful use case. So
yeah. And that's why we wrote these books, like I wrote the books, one, to share my knowledge, because I know there was someone out there that could benefit from it. I think the biggest thing that authors, anyone tuning in, you just can't worry about people's opinions. Like, no matter what you do in this world, someone will hate you or hate what you're doing. And it's mainly because of their insecurity as to you doing something that they want to do, that you're doing, that they're not doing.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing that I think held me back for a decade to write, and that holds every single person back from writing or publishing on social or recording videos and podcasts, is they have too many insecurities. They let fear hold them back from actually accomplishing something big. And you can't do that. These false events appearing real never happen. Don't let fear ever hold you back. And you just have to rise above it and just take action.
Yeah. Great advice. I was always shocked to learn that Mother Teresa's books have over 1,000 one-star reviews. And I'm like, if they hate on Mother Teresa, they're going to friggin' hate on you too. I mean, Mother 100%. Teresa, for crying out loud.
Yeah. And I think the number one selling book, J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter or The Hobbit, I forget what it is.
Yeah, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, right? And number one best-selling book in the world. If you go to Amazon right now, go look at one-star reviews, number one best-selling book in the world. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what you do, look at the Bible. Like, I'm not super religious, but like, no matter anything big or small you do, people will criticize you, and you just got to do it anyways. I just say, do it anyways.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. So tell me a little bit about your personal marketing strategies around your book. So you have multiple books. They're doing great on their own. In what we like to call is reactive marketing, where they're working for you and it's just coming to you. But how have your books made a difference in your business, in the various things that you do outside of Seamless, growing your authority, your credibility, that kind of thing? And any examples of that?
Yeah. What's great is you could use it as a very cost-effective way to acquire a customer.
Yeah.
I never look at the books as you don't really make a lot of money on books, on the book sale. You make it on referrals. You make it on those people reading your book becoming a customer. To make the same, to build a hundreds of millions of dollar company, I wouldn't be able to do it on just the books. Right. But what the books allow you to do is it allows to market your brand, allows to market your company, allows to market your expertise. People could acquire it. I call it as like a low ticket purchase. So a book is a low ticket purchase to learn about you, learn about your business, learn about how you can help them. And then that will move them up the value ladder to buying medium and higher ticket services. You may buy the book. You're like, okay, then you're going to follow me on YouTube. Then you may sign up for a demo of my software. Then you'll buy my software. And then you'll want to go to my mastermind at my house in Florida. You name it. So it just gives you more and more value. I start with the book to give you value. Then my software will give you 1,000x value. And then on top of that, it goes just to my inner circle and things like that. So it's a great way to acquire customers very cost effectively. And there's nothing better than people reading your book and sending you, we get hundreds or thousands of testimonials every month, people reading our books and then positively impacting them.
Love it.
That will somehow turn into business.
Yeah. Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form, the book will help you acquire customers super cheap, help you build relationships with people you never would have been able to build relationships with. They know a lot about you. It was weird at first, not for me anymore, but it was weird for me. People know my whole background. People know everything about me. And I always forget, oh shit, how do they know so much about me? Oh yeah, it's because it's in my book and on YouTube and on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
But you want people are humans. They want to hear your story, your journey. They want to hear the ups, the downs, the failures, the successes, because we're all trying to skill up and learn everything we need to become successful, achieve success. So that's what I love about the books, to be able to build mass relationships at scale. And it's hard to track the attribution on Amazon. Like Amazon's one of the best ways to sell it, right? In addition to your book funnels. But I don't care. You got to play the macro game. The more people that buy my books, read my books, are positively impacted from it, the more they will buy your software, your products, your services, your solution, hands down. Like if you see someone that's giving you value and it positively impacts your life, you are going to probably work with them if you have a need in the future. Yeah. So I never look at, Amazon, I sold 1,000 books today. Did that equate to 1 million licenses? It's like, I'm just trying to constantly increase the number of books sold every day. And I know by doing that, we'll positively impact a bunch of people. Those people over time will look into our services, or they will refer other people to our services. That's why I do it. I also love sharing what I learn. I think I never worry about people being able to copy me and do it better. I want people to do it better. Yeah. I share everything I know so that you can do it smarter, better, bigger, faster than I ever could. And I'm successful when you actually do those things. Yeah. Because you want to learn from failures of other people. Dude, I pitched hundreds of investors. I pitched hundreds of thousands of potential customers, closed tens of thousands of deals. And I've had so much failure personally, professionally, spiritually, mentally, relationship-wise, family-wise. Like, learn from my failure, avoid it so you don't have to go through that pain. That's why we do what we do and why I write all this stuff.
Love it. Love it. You know, on a side note, side question, that would have honestly been a great way to end, but I'm intrigued by this. I mean, you have a very similar business model to a good friend of mine and perhaps mutual friend, Russell Brunson. Yep. Are you using, or have you considered using, a free plus shipping book funnel with your books to lead them back to Seamless.ai, et cetera? Because, I mean, he, in many ways, I mean, you know, a good high percentage of the growth of his billion-dollar company, ClickFunnels, has come from his free plus shipping funnels and using his front-end products to bring people back to ultimately the back end of ClickFunnels. So are you doing that, or any thought towards that?
Yeah. So I've got a few different iterations on it. So we do have a free plus shipping funnel for maybe all three of these books. Yeah, I think all three, actually. Okay. Also, what I'll do is I drive a ton of traffic in Amazon. I know the free plus shipping allows you for upsells, and I love that deal. And I remember the first time I got an upsell where they bought like both upsells on the book. Like, and I'm like, no way! Oh my god,
it worked! You mean it worked? Oh, I know. Like I remember it too, man.
It was me, Phil, Mason. We just launched a funnel. We started driving traffic to it, and a $9 book turned into a $200 sale. And we're just like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. And then we did it. It was amazing.
It's nuts, isn't it? It's so exciting. It might be a tiny sale, but it's so exciting.
It's so exciting. And you just got to remember, like, the people that are buying these products that you have are just, you're helping them, you're serving them, you're giving them what they need to be successful. And you got to have great products with the intention of changing their life forever. That's like the core to do anything. You won't be successful eventually if you're not trying to help people be successful. You'll fail sometime or another. But what we do is, so we've got that funnel, and then we've got a $47 upsell, and then I think like a $147 or $197 upsell on that book funnel. And then what I'll do on Amazon is I'll make the paperback that, you know, typically $20-25. Then I'll make the ebook a few dollars. So we'll drive a ton of Amazon ads where people will buy the ebook, but then they'll die for the print. And then, you know, from there, they'll then request a demo or sign up for our software. So my goal is, with the books, help you maximize your success and then funnel you into our software so that, you know, you find emails and phone numbers for everyone in the world using Seamless. So now I've got a new iteration that's about to launch.
Okay, good. Let's hear it.
So my team and I, we launched this platform called SalesFlix, where it's got all the sales training, and it lives in Seamless. So now, instead of free book plus shipping, what we're going to do is free book, free lists, free training. You sign up for it. You get an email. The only way to access that book that training, that list, you have to sign up for Seamless.ai.
Yeah.
And then it's hosted and lives right in our platform.
But it's free anyway. It's a free account.
So you sign up for the free account, then you get the free asset, but then we got you into our software because I can't guarantee the free book plus shipping guarantees you to sign up for our software.
Right.
We're like, how can we guarantee anyone that wants our free stuff to go sign up for the software? So now it's gated behind the software, in the software, and we're about to launch it.
Smart.
And I'm super excited for that because that would get us, let's just say theoretically, $5 to $10 a click. You're talking $100 to $200 cost per free trial user. Well, if I could do the click for the book tying into the user, you could acquire users instead of $100 to $200 a user.
Yeah.
$5, $10, $20 a user.
Yeah. Smart.
So my end game is to lower that cost per user as much as possible. And I hope it works. It's like, I kind of feel that the free plus shipping thing has played out a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's been a long time since that's been reinvented. So we're trying to reinvent the new way to do it, but it still works. So do it, try it, test it, run it.
Yeah. Very cool.
What do you think about that strategy, by the way?
I love the strategy. I would say to the last point, the free plus shipping is old only if your content is old, because people always want books. And so as long as your content, for those listening, as long as you're creating either new content, or we've been running free plus shipping funnel on this for 2 years. And it just crushes for us on Publish, Promote, Profit. Your strategy, I love. Obviously, you're looking for SaaS users. You're looking for clients to be in your software, be educated on how to use your software, and then start making money from your software. So who cares if you're getting any revenue on the front end? If you can keep that cost down, which it sounds like you've thought all about that. If you could keep that cost down to just $5, $10, or $20 to get a user, and then a good percentage of those people actually do, get involved with the software, use it, start making money from it. Oh, it's a great idea.
Thanks.
I'll be interested to hear how it goes. I bet it'll go really well.
We'll have to do a part 2 of this. We're literally launching it today.
Oh, wow. And how cool.
I've got, where we're going to give away all 3 books.
Yeah.
We're going to give away 5 different lists. We're going to give away a bunch of different mastermind trainings that I did. So we've got all these different lead magnets for different things. Some people want free books. They want free scripts. They want free lists. They want free training.
Yeah.
So we're kind of doing it all.
Give it all.
And then let's see how it runs. And hopefully it'll be amazing.
I love it. I love it. Now, you may not have this, but I'd love to give people a link for that. If you have a dedicated link for it, and if we don't have it for the audio and video of this, we can just put it in the show notes. Your team can get it to me. But great sharing. Thank you for, just sharing so authentically and honestly. Let's give them some links to where they can find you. And if we can give them that free link, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we'll do is we'll post the Sales Secrets link in the show notes because it's literally getting developed right now.
Great.
And we'll get that shared out to everyone. I don't know the link off the top of my head.
That's cool.
But we've got it. We'll get it to you guys. Everyone tuning in. Make sure that you check the show notes.
Yes.
If you miss it, we'll probably update our current landing page, secretsalesbook.com. Secretsalesbook.com. And that will be the new funnel for this book where you could do the free book plus free license to Seamless.ai.
Love it. Love it. And obviously they can go directly to Seamless.ai if they want to check out the software, because we did share a lot about that today. And of course, I'm going to do that. I have it pulled up right in front of me right now, so I'm going to be checking it out when we get off. So Brandon, thanks. Great to be on with you today and learn a lot about you and about your business and your drive to help people. Very, very cool, my friend.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And the best piece of advice I could give is just write.
Yeah.
If anyone's struggling with writing, a lot of you, I know you've already written, but some of you may just be trying to get your book done. Dude, just write every day. This is the best piece of advice anyone gave me. Write every day. Done.
Love it. Love it. Thank you, brother.
Hey, thank you.